open with the fireball before we get there this time, please?
Yeah, let's open with our...
Last time I opened with a fireball, I accidentally killed you.
Fireball, 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 fireball.
No.
My actions have minimal consequences.
He's setting it up so he doesn't get you.
I think I fucked up. We need to leave.
Let him see it out.
What is that?
Camera.
He's got a GoPro.
It's technically Max's,
Oh,
Oh boy.
but I am borrowing it.
I'm sure he won't mind.
For science.
I mean, if you want to start posting these on like YouTube, that would be hilarious.
I would love it. I would love copies of all of them.
Oh yeah.
That is my plan. All
Yeah,
right.
just don't shake the RV.
It's got like 32 gig memory too, so I can just let the damn thing play and then cut out the
Yeah.
parts in between.
Yeah.
There you go.
No! No more of your maps, okay?
Your maps are always veiny. I don't like it.
All the maps in the game.
It's so veiny.
So many different ways to go.
There's a curve in this one.
Just next time you draw the tower, just make sure it's in the spring so it has bushes around the bottom of it.
Hey guys, when did our tower start leaning to the left?
How come, like, every time we jump up and down really hard, it kind of, like, grows a little bit?
Straightens up.
His new room's in the basement.
Yeah, plastic bag.
How do you know? Well, everybody's ready. When last we left off, after the nearly fatal drow ambush that was saved by a very well placed fireball by R, lighting the entire forest on fire and scaring them away.
Smokey found himself a few weeks ago.
Fuck!
Only R can create forest fires.
He's just the most adept.
After waking up your party members and hitting the road again, you guys made your way to, and I was supposed to look up the name of the city, the town you guys were heading to. It was Fort something or another. Does anybody have it written down?
I'm looking.
Did you say Fort Erectus?
From you?
Okay, it wasn't that before, but now I'm tempted.
Can Mark draw the map for
A
it?
bastion of hope for all men.
I ain't got it.
And a few women.
I ain't got it.
It wasn't a fort.
That was
Alostin's Hold.
what?
Alostin's Hold is where you guys are ending up.
I should probably write that down. I had a pencil down here, a blue one.
You can use my little pink.
So, traveling for the rest of the night down the road, you find yourself just at the edge of sunset at Alostin's Hold. If you guys would like to enter the town, find some stuff, bed down for the night.
Now's a good point too, yeah.
Can you describe it to us?
Alostin's Hold is... It's a moderately sized hamlet, if you will, that has grown up around the base of what used to be a long time ago a fort between this area and the Silvery Marches, but having no real use any longer as a fort. The outside area has been taken over by some lower income type of housing, where it's people who work the fields and whatnot are all outside the walls of the hold. And inside of the hold, you'll see more artisans, merchants, craftsmen, stuff like that.
You guys want to head in?
I don't see why not.
I would think it'd be a fine idea.
You have to say with the beard.
I think it'd be Got a couple of drunkards outside.
You have to say it a little bit sadder because remember you're all blue now.
Oh, true.
I think that would be an okay idea.
So you're
Three.
here.
Oh, bother.
I guess we can go into a lost ones.
Is she? Oh, God damn it, who's she?
Hey, that's what lids are for. I see that.
No, that's his.
Oh my god.
You gotta drink.
Destroying the whole area again.
That's who she.
That's alright. It looked like it was landing on Cody's hit point, so it's not something he needs anyway.
We'll just
He
forget
doesn't
what they
get
are and I'll
any
rewrite them, okay?
little sheer willpower.
People usually just guess that he died and we're okay.
Don't worry, we can bring you back.
Are we
Well,
planning on
I'm not bringing him back.
running?
I usually just count off a certain number of hits before he falls. I don't even worry about his hit points anymore.
You guys.
It's just like 6 max.
Yes.
The number of hits depends on how much he's pissed you off.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So,
you want to go for,
one.
with one? All right, bet.
Are you guys wanting to look around or just bed down and head out next time?
Well, I was thinking about checking out Merchant's Row, actually, was my idea. See what we can find in there. Maybe hidden in for the
Is
night.
it still dark?
It is fairly dark at this point. You can still see just a little bit of pinkish purple
Mm-hmm.
on the horizon, but the sun is down. It is getting fairly dark at this point.
I think what I'd like to do is see if there's anyone who's still got any of their stalls open. I'm just looking for a few spell scrolls.
A Lost and Hold does not have anybody that specifically deals in any form of magic. As far as like just looking around, there is nobody that deals in anything of that type.
Not a worry.
Pretty much everything that's mercantile here is all open air.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll still see a handful of people that still have like their shops that they're all putting things away and getting ready to pack up and leave. So you get a pretty decent look at what they've got for sale. And most of it is stuff like small crafts, little statuettes, vegetable farmers that have them open, a blacksmith that looks fairly serviceable, but nothing that's super, super special.
Okay. Fair enough. No, I'm good.
There's a couple of things I would like to shop for. Mostly just probably 50 more feet of rope and a small keg of beer.
Okay. The rope and whatnot. There is what would be considered a general store. It's one of the larger open air, more permanent areas than the rest of the what could basically be considered kiosks for all the rest of the area. This one is more of a leather tent top with several what look like table benches all set into a circle with lots of wares all set on all of them with a central fire in the middle that doesn't look necessarily like it's closing anytime soon. Fairly easy enough as far as that goes. If anybody has anything that they would like to replenish as far as like your standard goods, you can just go ahead and say that you can find it. Your rations, any rope, caltrops, ball bearings, stuff like that. All the standards.
Okay.
Same.
So I'd replenish my rations and I'd grab an additional 50 feet of rope.
Okay.
50 I already got. And yeah, that's what it'd be getting from here.
Okay. Easy enough. If everybody wants to just go ahead and mark off like 2 gold just for a replenishment of your rations, that's no problem whatsoever.
I've already got some.
Needs to be. I'm assuming everyone's gonna, after we replenish our rations, we're all going to be going towards the inn, right?
Yes.
Pretty down with that. I'd probably about to take a bit there. Just want to get the travel. You know,
Super
one of
allergies.
the kind of shit that you'd see hanging down from underneath the dog's neck. That.
Oh, that's the ones from the like on the St. Bernards, if you will,
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, one of those like
A
that.
cask.
Huh?
Cask, right?
No, that would be a small. Yeah, Yeah, it would be a small
Yeah,
cat.
It's
yeah,
more-
but there's a
it's more like
special
a
name
pony
for
cat.
it.
Yeah,
You cannot
yeah.
for.
Pony cat.
Is it?
Is that-
No,
that's
I
what we
think
call it
pony
in
cat's
modern
bigger than
times.
that if I remember right. But maybe I'm wrong.
Sounds like
In modern restaurants, that's what it's called.
I've seen, like, just recently I saw a list of all of the names of them from
Yeah,
size,
I
and I
shared that.
cannot for the life of me remember what that one
I
is.
should have
Well,
saved
how
it.
you guys are describing it right now, it's the same way Mr. Liney described the past Amontillado. So.
Oh no, those were big kegs in that.
yeah, cat.
Yeah, those were big.
Yeah, those were wine
Like a
casks.
wine.
Wine casks are actually bigger than, like, what you'll find for other things as far as liquids go. Those would be what would be considered, I think, a 55 gallon, or maybe even as much as like a 70.
Hence why they were able to.
Yeah, no, they just call it small barrels.
Oh.
Small barrels of brandy.
Well, then, never mind then.
They're so big. What are they?
All right. So, you guys are heading towards the inn.
I'm sure the person who named the barrel is already long dead. So like.
I'm gonna try and slip in ahead of
What, like to the inn?
them. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you don't want to be seen with us? Are you ashamed of us? That's fair. I get that.
She doesn't want to get hit in the back of the head with a fireball.
Yeah, I don't want to be associated with anyone being drugged out of the bar.
You look like a bunch.
So Cody should just enter by himself.
My character's good now.
No, he's gonna be like, my friends are behind me.
I didn't say he should enter first.
Guys! Hey guys! We're over here! I got a table!
I'm just here to drink and make merry. Please don't drag me off.
Yes, with your skills, easy enough. No problem, refilling what you need and getting a head start ahead of everybody else. As you approach the inn, you can see that it is what used to be at one point a 2-story barracks. That's no longer a barracks. The lower floor is what was originally just, it looks like you've walked into a handful of barracks in your guys' lifetimes. Not a ton, obviously, because I don't think anybody has true military experience.
Nice.
Yeah, you would definitely. But you guys know the basic setup of it. This first section appears to be what was at one point full of cots. It's a fairly square, nondescript room, but as opposed to what it would have had when it was barracks, it now has a number of well-crafted hardwood tables, and at the back edge is a bar, behind which is another door that looks to lead to some area where there's either storage or cooking or something back there in another area. Where Cody, where Lithani would know, that area would generally be used for either a combination of storage or some sort of a medical area, maybe.
Okay.
And behind the bar, you see a middle-aged woman with very pale skin and dark brown hair, pulled up into a single ponytail, wearing a fairly nondescript light blue and white dress with a heavy white apron over the front. At the tables, you can see probably there's about 8 other people, a small group of 3 right by the door at a single table, another 2 over at one, another 2, and then 1 sitting back at the bar.
Everyone seemed pretty normal. No one's in.
They all appear to be hardworking people. You see a lot of dirt, you see a lot of grime, and you see a lot of heads down, buried in bowls full of what looks to be some form of hearty stew.
So just to be clear, no like hooded up.
No,
No plot hooks.
no.
General sound in the room is not like distraught, overly upset. No one's.
Is it boisterous in the room? Yeah, or is it like?
It's not boisterous,
Normal
pretty much
chatter.
at all.
We don't hear any
There's
music?
there's no music in this one at the
We
moment.
don't need
This
music entertainment at this one. Don't you?
There's a reason why I said it.
There's a little bit of talking from the group of 3, a little bit more talking from the group of 2, and another from the group of 2 with like hushed whispers. The only real conversation appears to be between the 3 over here to this side, and they all are dressed in very similar hard-working clothes, heavy leather pants, light shirts with some form of like a leather apron over the front. Looks like they were working the fields.
Okay. Can I safely assume that Laura is not part of the group as of right this second?
That is correct.
Okay. But my character knows this.
Your character would have definitely recognized that she had disappeared.
Okay, cool.
You wouldn't have seen where she went, but you definitely noticed she disappeared.
Right. I would like to go ahead and approach the barkeep and ask for one night stay for 6 rooms.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a problem. For how long do you say?
Just for a night.
For 6. All right. Would you guys like dinner as well?
Yeah.
Or do you want to do dinner and drinks separate from the rooms? It's up to you.
Dinner with Art can pay for his own drinks.
Fair enough. He doesn't look like he can take very much, but all right, we'll see. Would you? I just might.
Would you care for a song as well, young lady?
You can say no. You can say no. No,
No,
and you.
I'm gonna
No.
hear that and just start walking
No.
back towards the door.
Not particularly. I think we're okay for right now.
Alright. You are missing out, but let me know if you change your mind.
We're more of a working town, and a lot of people would probably just rather deal with their dinners and get on their way.
Those legs, boy.
Someone want to listen to you.
Just push him over into the bar.
For the rooms and dinner, we'll go with an even 6 gold for the night and the dinners, and then you guys can do drinks on your own.
Okay.
That sounds fair.
All right, I'll go ahead and pay for it this time.
Such a gentleman.
He's such a nice fellow.
Whatever keeps you from singing, I'll pay. Got 255 gold left. Is that what it's gonna take?
I'm buying them.
All I have.
She points over towards a table that's right next
Gold.
to the bar, and she goes, I can go ahead and show you to your rooms, and whenever you're ready, come back down and we'll have the table set with food.
Sounds good. All right. Are the rooms all gonna be next to each other, like consecutive, or across the hall?
She takes you as she's leading you upstairs. As it sits right now, we only have 2 guests currently, and we have 6 rooms free, and it's a